Hey, everyone. Hey. It is your girl, Precious Williams, and welcome back to another exciting edition of the Keeping It Real with a Killer Pitchmaster show. I'm so excited that you all are here. Happy Sunday. As we enter the holiday season, or as we've already been a part of the holiday season, I've been feeling kind of up and down. And I was wondering if you all were too. And so today's episode is called Safe Space Holiday Edition, when things are up and down. And so I want to welcome you into this safe space. And for those of you who are new, I really am the killer pitch master, Precious Williams. And I am a 13-time national pitch champion. I am a top Fortune 500 corporate sales trainer, four-time number one best-selling author. But beyond all of that, I am a woman who has had a dream that keeps me going even today. But I want to speak to those who things are up and down and crazy in their business, their life, their relationships with their friends and their family. And I just want to talk to you all about some things that I am personally experiencing, and I want to know if you're experiencing them too. So as you come in to the sacred circle, please type in your name, maybe the name of your company, and what is something that you happen to be struggling with right now. And I'm telling you, the reason why I call this safe is because one of the things that set me apart from most when I came back from darkness is I was willing to tell the truth about the entrepreneurial journey, my life, my loves, my relationships, and how things were not all what things weren't perfect. And that's why I say, even though I'm the killer pitch master, the only things about me perfect are my pitches. I am still a work in progress, right? It took a long time for me to love the 43-year-old woman looking back at me. It took a long time for me to make peace with my past. It took a long time for me to understand that my journey is like no one else's, but that doesn't make my story any less valid that I didn't come from this family or I didn't come with from these things. In fact, I'm probably more like everybody else. And I just had an extraordinary talent that pushed me back to where I am. So, in this safe space, feel free to drop things in the comments and let me know. Now, I think if you're coming from Facebook Live off my group page, I might not be able to see what you're saying. So, if you are in the chat, just type things. And if I don't know who you are, I may ask you for your name. So, what made me think about this? Actually, it's been on my mind for a while because the holidays are a very difficult time for me. And so let me just see what's in the comments right now. I thank you all for showing up. I know it is a it is a Sunday. So Beauties by T Nova. Thanks for going live. Thank you for being here. Beauties by T Nova. Are you doing any accredited college courses? I tried to find you at the college you mentioned before, but wasn't able to. So I'm not sure what college you're speaking about. I do teach at Babson College in the Black Women's Entrepreneurial Leadership Program. And next year I'll be speaking at uh in the CUNY, what do you call it, the CUNY university system. So that is coming up at BMCC Kingsborough. So you're about to see me do some things, but I'm not sure what college or university you're speaking of. Okay. Beauties by T Nova, here you are again. I love it. Happy holidays to you. And Crystal Cohen, happy Sunday to you. I'm so glad you're here. And Matthew, is it Cypher? Please let me know how to say your name. Positive. And so as you all come in, what I would really love for you to do is, if you are an entrepreneur, speaker, author, or even if you're in corporate America, why would you come into this safe space? Is there something that you're struggling with? Because I want to go in today, right? Because it's a killer pitch master. It's great for me to be on stage. It's great for me to show all these great pictures. But I want to share with you what happened this morning. So I woke up this morning and I had a particular friend on my heart. I had a particular friend on my heart. And it's the holiday season. Oh my goodness. Everybody's love. Oh, there are Christmas trees. There's presents. People are out. All of that sounds really wonderful. But I kind of want to talk to those who struggle around this time of the year, because maybe that's not how you're feeling. Maybe you're feeling the ghost of Christmas is past. Maybe you're feeling the trauma, drama, and stress of being left at a time like this. Maybe you're feeling like your business isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. Maybe the business model isn't working at this time of year. Maybe invoices have not been paid, and now you're using the prayer like, okay. Maybe you feel friendless. Maybe there are things happening. And so I want to speak to you all and make this that safe space. Because the holiday season is not one that I jump up for joy with. I don't. I think I go back in my mind to when things weren't good. And although I'm 43 and far removed from that time, I think there is something in me that still remembers certain things, even if I don't talk about it or bring it up. And so, with this being the safe space, I want to talk to you a little bit about what I'm experiencing. And again, as you come in, your name, why come today? Is there something that's happening with you? Are you feeling the love? Are you feeling like I'm struggling right now? And I want you to keep it real, because I'm going to share with you why all of this came about. So I woke up on my heart. I've been trying to reach out to a friend of mine. And when I woke up, I saw that she had messaged me. So I go on Facebook and I see something that was written about her from someone else. And it wasn't nice. And with the quickness, I called her. Why did I call her? Number one, I didn't ask her if it was true or not because I didn't care. I called her because I remembered back in time when someone did that to me. And I watched how I felt at the time social media exploded with people saying all of these horrible things about me who had never met me in real life or who assumed that what was being said about me was true. And that was one of the darkest moments in my life and was probably part of the reason why I wanted to take my life on my 38th birthday. So I called my friend. She picks up and she starts explaining. I said, I don't need an explanation. If it's true, it's true. And if it's not, it's not. The one thing I want you to know is I love you. And you are not alone. And we can figure it out. But you're not alone. You are loved. Don't do nothing strange and crazy. You're not alone. You got people that got you, right? Right or wrong, got you. You're not alone. And she was like, oh my God, you're such a friend. I said, first of all, I remember how I felt when something was done to me. Later on, because I'm in my own feelings about something else that's happening to me, as these great things are happening in my life. A queen, Jennifer Jones Bryant, contacts me and she's just like, hey, Queen, I just want to let you know I called to say I love you. What? And she said, you always keep it a buck. You always keep it real. And I was explaining to her a little bit about what I was going through. And you know what? She didn't look at me like I was strange. She said, well, Queen, what about this and that? Just constructive and just very beautiful and just loving. And I needed that. The same thing I offered my friend, another friend offered me. Later on, I have a conversation with a loved one. And she told me all this stuff about what was happening in her life, and it wasn't the happiest time. And I didn't even know what had happened. And so she was explaining to me, I realized there's a lot of us hurting right now. A lot of us. And as I'm going through whatever I'm going through with my business, with my friendships, with my relationships and everything, I realize that I have a tendency to isolate because I don't understand certain things. And yes, I am bold. And yes, I move forward with, I just move. That's all I really can do when things are crazy. But the first thing I wanted to do is acknowledge that even though these are the holidays and even though great things are happening all around, sometimes our mental health, sometimes our physical health, sometimes things are out of your control and you don't know what to do. And so if you feel that right now, join me in the comments. So I'll try not to keep you long today, but I just wanted to share that with you and let you know you all are not alone. You're not. So when things are up or down, just understand that you are not alone. And a lot of us are going through things that aren't making sense to us, or we're at a breakthrough and we can't see it because it just feels like so many things are happening right now. And so I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, if you're feeling that way, let's put it out on the table. Farrah, what's up, precious? What's up, Farrah? Daphne, is it Daphne or Daphne? Nashville, I love it. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. So the episode today, this exciting episode, is all about safe holiday like holiday safe space holiday edition, when things are up and down. And so what I was sharing was, if you're someone that is the holiday season and you're having successes and what are perceived failures at the same time, I just want you to know you're not alone. And I say that with tears in my eyes, because you're not. People look at me, and I was up for Speaker of the Year. And I can't tell y'all what it's like to look at people daily. Precious, you got it. What inside, I can't tell, I didn't feel like that. I knew I was selected as a finalist. And the woman who nominated me, I'm not sure if we ever met in real life. I didn't know what to expect. The show I've been talking to y'all that's on Fox Business, it debuted the same day. And I'd already seen the first episode because I flew to the premiere in Beverly Hills when I was at the IMAX 22 conference that was in Vegas. So y'all already know that crazy story. My flight left late, so I missed the red carpet and all that kind of stuff. So by the time I walked in, I felt so bad. I wasn't dressed and cute and everything. But I got to see the first episode, and I was so proud. That's something I never thought would ever take off. We filmed it and it premiered. And then people were asking me, oh, when's it going to premiere? And it was this thing of, do they not believe me, or do they think that I'm in control and I wasn't? And I thought about all the entrepreneurs that I got to work with on this show. And I thought about the blessing, that the thing you don't think, all the television things that have been presented to me, this actually went through. But then there were still hiccups. And feeling like people thought I was lying. And they might not have been, but that was how I was seeing it. And then there's the little girl in me from way back when who just worked hard to get here. So December 8th, all that's happening. And then there are invoices that haven't been paid, right? There are other things. And you're sitting here like, okay, all of this is all happening at the same time. I'm feeling some type of way. And y'all, could y'all just give me 1 second? I just realized that my computer is not charged. But in the comments, if this is making sense to you, drop that hot fire and I will be right back. I'm gonna plug this up. Just give me a second, okay? But I'm here, y'all. And I want to share all of it with y'all. Because sometimes we forget. Oh, let me just get this. Hold on, y'all. When you forget to plug in your own phone and you have it alive, ain't that something? Just give me a second, y'all. But what I'm saying is, like, how does one prepare as all of this is all happening at the same time? So you have the dream. Just give me 1 second to plug this in. Okay. All right, we back in effect, y'all. We back in effect. So what happens when all of that's happening at the same time? When things are up and down all at the same time, you're questioning who you are and what you're doing. Are you bad? Plus, add to that you've been investing more in yourself, investing more in your team, and it just feels like, oh my God. So I wanted to have this to keep it a buck with y'all, because if I'm nothing else, I got to keep it real. and that everything isn't perfect in business and everything. So you can have such great things and there'll be other things that it just aren't. And you're like, am I close to a breakthrough, or why are things falling apart, coming together, falling apart, coming together? I know it's normal, but when it's happening to you, you're like, what? If y'all feel me, put that in the chat. If y'all feel where I'm coming from, if I'm making some sense, anybody there, is it just me? And I'm okay if it's just me, but I don't think it is. I walk around New York City. I walk around in different cities, and I think people are walking wounded because they never get to say it. And sometimes when you're a trailblazer and a visionary, you just got to say what it is, whether people want to hear it or not, because people don't want to admit that everything isn't as perfect as everything always looks. So y'all let me know in the comments. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Precious, this is a powerful message at this time. Thank you, Donna, my eWomen Network queen, sister. Janice, what does a safe space mean to you? Safe space means to me that I'm going to say something and it will be received. You don't have to agree with it. We can respectfully disagree. But a safe space meaning that in this circle, we can be for real who we are. Mask off. Mask off. Ain't no posturing for nobody. I think in business, a lot of times things look really perfect. And if yours isn't like that, you're wondering if something's wrong. And so years ago, I said, mask off. And as much as people cheer me on and think, and it looks great, and it often is, there are things that are also going on, like deaths, illnesses, injuries, mental health. So that's what I mean. Hold on, y'all. Farah! Susie, thank you for sharing. Thank you, Susie. Idea Collective. James Bell, the third, great leadership. Thank you. Tashima, you're not alone. Thank you all. And so for me, y'all, that's why it was important on the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show. As we're entering Christmas, you know, I just feel like if we don't say certain things, we can carry these feelings into the new year, and it can stunt our growth. And so I just wanted, even though I am addressing these things, I do want some constructive things to happen at the same time. So a lot of us right now are evaluating our businesses and our relationships and our family and our finances and everything. And I think that that's awesome to see what works and what's not working. I had a meeting earlier with Jamie Bennett of the Lifestyle Group. She's my Spelman sister. And she was talking a lot about self-care and the science of self-care and doing a SWOT analysis. And I thought, this is the first time I've ever heard that's done in terms of self-care. And so, you know, as we all are going to start slowing down and backing off, I thought, of course I'm grateful and appreciative for where I am. When I think back to 4 years ago, even 10 years ago, when I was fighting to even get seen for Curvy Girls, to where I am now, having the visibility, to having the clientele that I've always wanted. What is the next thing you confront when you have something that is working? And in order to move to that next stage, it feels like you have to break it apart. Because what got you here will not get you all the way there. And so I'm even confronting my own fear, worry, and doubt. And that's why I was bringing this up. So one, it started off with watching a dear friend of mine get trashed online and letting her know no matter what, we heard. To another friend calling me to say, I see you. Thank you for always keeping it real, but keeping it positive. to then hearing from others. And that means I was on the phone calling. That means I was texting, checking in with people. If I saw one of my friends, she just got a major award. She is a Black female partner at a major law firm here in New York. I was on there like white on rice. And then sometimes the spirit will tell you contact this person because they may just feel alone, or they may just need someone to say, I see you. So that's why I was bringing this up, y'all. So I said I wasn't going to keep y'all long, and I always say that we be going long. But I kind of wanted to segue into this. Since y'all ain't telling me if y'all are feeling this too, or if y'all are having struggle moments even in the midst of the holiday season. Maybe y'all don't feel it's a safe space. Maybe y'all don't. Maybe we don't want to admit. As I was announced as the runner-up for Speaker of the Year, I just wanted to cry. To be thought of that highly around the world. Wow. To know that something we shot months ago debuted on Fox Business. Wow. And I'm waiting for things to come in, and we end the year strong. And I'm confronting my feelings. I needed a safe space to just say, even the killer pitch master, the pitch queen, gets nervous and scared as she's about to embark on something. And in years past, I just moved through it. But the older I get, the more I know our next generation needs to know that we have fears and worries and doubts too. And even as you push through and you do it with fear, that's okay. Most greats will do that. And so, have y'all ever felt like, I don't know all the right technology. I don't have this. I don't have that. And when you look back over your life, there was a lot of things you didn't have, and people still rocked with you. There's a lot of things that you didn't have, and you built it along the way. And I'm speaking to myself and to anyone who's listening now and later. As I tell myself to go ahead and do that thing, as I tell myself that nothing beats a failure but a try, as I tell myself and you, mask off, I just want to come back to a safe space during the holidays to say that even the greats, when things are up and down at the same time, what do you do? And I'd love to hear from you all. What are your thoughts? When things are up and down at the same time, or when things are more down than up, what have you done? What kept you going? And what was resonating with you from what I'm saying right now? Tashima, so glad you're here. That's what I meant when I said you are not alone, because I identify with what you're saying, and I'm sure other people do too. Sometimes we just need to sit in our thoughts as we listen to you. Congratulations on your achievements, by the way. Tashima, thank you so much for coming here. Is this your first time? Let me tell you what really resonated about what you just said. You said, sometimes we just need to sit with our thoughts as we listen to you. Thank you. Is there anyone who's about to embark on something that's big to them? Do you have fear? You scared to put it out there? You're scared to call up your network and ask for help or guidance? Share it in the comments, for real. I acknowledge every comment. Asking for help is difficult. But like confidence is a muscle that must be flexed. Sometimes I've woken up and I've been so thankful to God, but there was an anger that I woke up with. Because deep down, some part of my past was making me feel like I constantly got to prove and I don't. And I look back at the things that I've done and they seem so impossible at the time. But I move through it. And I need moments like this, like our queen just said, sit with the thoughts as we listen to you. But I also just want to say it out loud because no one's superhuman. Nobody. Not even the great Oprah. That's why she's got Gail. That's why she's got God. That's why she's got her peeps. So I'd love to know, what are your coping skills? And as you may embark on something in the new year, you might be dropping dead weight. There might be something you may come out with in the second quarter. There might be something that's giving you such anxiety. Share it in the comments. Maybe not what it is, but just the feelings you have. And maybe we can wrap you in love. You're not alone. Let me see what y'all saying. Ariana. When things are more down than up, I remind myself of all the downs that I overcame. And that God is with me always. You better say that. Come on now. Come on, Ariana. Tashima, no, been on a live once before. Thank you, Queen. I just didn't remember the name. So thank you so much for telling me that. Very scared to ask for help or reach out to the network. Tashima, you already know. I struggle with that too. And, you know, it's not even worried about what they're going to say, but just does it make me look weak? And then I realize that no, the weakness is just going through it when I didn't have to. Like I often think about when I was homeless, did I need to be? No, but I know that now. Back then, I don't know who I thought I was posturing for. I didn't need to be. Crazy. And so for those of you who are just watching now, I am Precious Williams. This is my show, Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitch Master. And I just found out this week that I'm a runner. I was the first runner up for Speaker of the Year 2022. And my new show, America's Real Deal, premiered on Fox Business. And now those are great. But I was also dealing with some other issues. And I definitely wanted to have this space with this particular edition of the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitch Master show called Safe Space Holiday Edition. When things are up and down. And I meant to say at the same time. And so, whereas on one hand, it just all this stuff looks and sounds is great. It doesn't mean that your heart isn't hurting or isn't broken or you haven't dealt with some other emotional things. Or that as you embark on something that seems huge to you, you might want to take a step back. Or as I realized at this time every year, how is it that I get to this step every year and be like, oh, I forgot this happens every year. Why didn't I plan for that? Why? Am I the only one? So if you want to know why they call me the Killer Pitch Master, it's because I'm a 13-time national elevator pitch champion, 4-time #1 best-selling author, top Fortune 500 corporate sales trainer, international professional speaker, Black on both sides. Nothing ambiguous about me. No six-pack abs. No Brazilian butt lift. 43-year-old full-figure diva, plus-size fashionista who took the business world by storm and won big, doing the very things they said I could not. And yet, during the holidays, in order to keep myself sane, I have to address what's out there so that I don't drink. I've been my 44th birthday, I will have been clean and sober 6 years off of alcohol. I'm still proud that I walked out of homelessness more than 4 years ago. And that I'm dealing with the grief of losing the love of my life. And it gets easier in a way, but there's still these moments where all I can do is be grateful that I had what I had. And that my mess is now my message and my story is really for my glory and for the glory of others so they can see what God can do with a second chance. And also, I created this show to be no fluff and no BS. And everything is perfect. I'm on a yacht. Yo, before I get on there, y'all know y'all gotta tell me what my hair gonna look like, what my, what we're gonna do with that makeup. Like I wanted to take you on my journey because for years I took no one on my journey because I was ashamed that it didn't look perfect. So when I tell you the only things about me that are perfect are my pitches. I'm a work in progress, and I am, as Cardi B would say, regular, degular, schmegula queen with an extraordinary talent. That is the reason why I bounce back like the phoenix every time I was at rock bottom. So I'd love to hear from you all in this safe space during the holidays, that when things are up and down at the same time, or they're more down than up, or you feel like you can't say certain things, or if you're embarking on doing something big in the second quarter or the late first quarter, or third quarter, if you're building your team or something and you're scared, this is the place to be. Because as great as a killer pitch master and pitch queen as I am, even when my fourth book was coming out, I was scared. There was no guarantee that BMW was going to buy the first hundreds of copies. So let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Drop them hot fire. Let us know who you is. Oh. Let me see. Okay. Ariana. Amen, sister. Yes. Janetta Warren. Hey, girlfriend. Hey, girlfriend. Y'all know, I be feeling like that. Hair fell in my. Y'all trying to make me. Do I look cute, y'all? Mm-hmm. Ariana, precious. For so many of us, you are Speaker of the Year. School for Girls 8. Thank you. Ariana, Janetta Warren. Hello, missing you, supporting you. I love it. Janetta Warren, you are an amazing, talented sister, continuously inspiring us. Thank you. Janetta, hello, Ariana. I hope I say your name right. Please let me know because I'm about saying names right. Okay. Shimronde Providence, first time. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Precious L. Williams, Killer Pitchmaster. Your my story is your my glory. Now that is a mission statement. Come through. You know how we do, Ariana. Shimrade, Providence, safe space. How do we balance the past experiences with how we should approach the future? When I tell you Shimrade, that is a great question. And that's something that even the greats I know still have a challenge with. So for me, and others who are on here, if y'all have something that you all would like to share, please do that too. So if you've had like something happen, like a heartbreak or death or like injury, or a business completed before you thought it would, if you don't have support from family or friends or your family, that can sometimes stunt your growth because you think it can't be done or you weren't good enough. I remember I read a book a long time ago. So feel the fear and do it anyway. And I'm gonna circle it back to something that happened when I first came on, and I told you that one of my friends is being trashed on social media, and I didn't know it. But my first thing was to call her and let her know she wasn't alone. So the first thing I want to say is you are not alone. You're not. The second thing is who is in your network that you're supporting and is supporting you, whether that's emotionally, financially, spiritually. Who is it? I know who my friends are, and for years I didn't. Do you want to know why I didn't? Because I wasn't a friend. So for me to call my friend, what happened? The momentum of my friend Jennifer Jones Bryant calling me. Then I'm talking to my sister. Then I'm talking to others. There's a queen who, and then as I'm doing all of that, right? There's a queen in my LinkedIn. She's like, Precious, I'm trying to buy your book, but it says something about ClickFunnels. And I still don't understand. I haven't been a ClickFunnels client in like a year and a half, almost 2 years. So I don't know why it keeps pulling up. So here I am, and I'm sending something to her, and she's buying my book. She's buying some, and I just thought, I cared about my friend because I don't want her to turn out the way I almost did. I almost lost my life. The next thing is nothing is impossible or out of reach. It may take time. Not everybody's going to buy from you. Not everybody's going to support you. But the creator knows who you're supposed to have in your life. So start looking around and seeing people with brand new eyes, right? Right? There's somebody watching you and you are the bee's knees to them. You are all that in a bag of chips and they just love seeing you. Mask off. Mask off. And get around real people and not facades. I played the facade game for 30 plus years. And I think that's why people, when they meet me, they're so kind of shocked. Like, I wasn't who I used to be 10, 12 years ago. I can be a silly and a zany. I had no front tooth for like a year and a half, and I'm still giving presentations, flying. I got me ridiculous because I'm so happy to be in my own skin. I don't have to be the best dressed or dating the most handsome man. I don't have to, none of that. I can just be me, and that's enough. And finally, listening to people who are going to keep it a buck with you the entire time. Entrepreneurship ain't easy. Being a friend, a mother, a sister, a brother, a king, a queen, it's not easy. But know who you can be your most realistic, most vulnerable around. I think about my Spelman sister who said my name to one of the biggest companies in the world, and they reached out to want to book me for a big conference next year. It wasn't that I doubted her, but it took exactly a year for momentum to happen with that. Now, what if I had given up? I didn't. I stayed consistent and persistent on my grind. And I think that's one of the reasons why people fuck with me so heavy, because I didn't stop no matter what. And so, Shimronde, this is not easy. And I feel like as I get older, time moves faster. But I hope that added to you. So let me see if there are any more comments. I see my girl Hilda with the second location for your automotive store. You better go, Hilda. Hilda and I were in Rutgers EPI. I can't remember, EPI program. We both graduated. Then I taught in Rising Tide Capital as a coach. And then I got into the C200 program, and she was in a cohort in 2021, and I'm in a cohort for 2022. So all these relationships, like the last time Hilda saw me, before she saw me at Rising Tide Capital, I was at my worst because I lost my mind. And then the next time she sees me, I'm on stage years later, and she's watching me. The next thing I know, we're talking on the phone. And look at how God has blessed us. There are people who've been around me the whole time that I didn't know rooted for me, because I couldn't see them through the eyes of depression and stress and fear and worry and doubt. So I thank you. Shimronde, did that work for you? Thank you. All right, everybody. I got y'all at 38 minutes. So if you're struggling with your pitches, please take advantage of taking my free quiz. And you'll get a customized report once you take it. It's only 6 questions. So you can go to pitchingforprofit.com. Take that free quiz and see how you can step your pitching up. I feel like what makes me a great pitch master, killer pitch master, is I don't try to talk like anybody else. I don't need big words. I don't need any of that stuff. Sometimes, all times, you just need to be you and truly understand what the problem is in your prospect's perspective, and show them that you're the only choice that matters. And when you're the only choice that matters, they're not going to anybody else. So we'll take your pitches from trash to straight cash. Check that out. If you want to learn more about what we do at Perfect Pitches by Precious, you can check out my website at www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. I would really suggest go checking it out on a laptop or a desktop. Sometimes on mobile it looks really weird, but you can see the one-on-one pitching and speaker development programs that we have, our digital programs. You can also get my books, Bad Bitches Empowered Pitches for Women Entrepreneurs and Speakers Only, Bad Bitches Empowered Pitches, the workbook, Picture for Profit, the Bad Bitches Playbook to Convert Conversations into Currency, and finally, my book that came out in September this year, The Pitch Queen, a woman's journey from poverty to purpose and profits. And so you can check out the events that I have coming up for next year. I don't think we have everything for 2023 and 2024, but you at least see we going ham and cheese on them. You can check out the press page where you can see that I just did something with SiriusXM called the Pass the Mic series. Thank you to Sisters in Sales for providing me with that opportunity to come as an influencer to the event and walk out with SiriusXM becoming my client. So you don't always have to speak as a speaker to be at an event and really stand out and be the only choice that matters for particular opportunities. And that's one of the greatest things that I can teach, is that you don't always have to be the speaker to get booked to be on biggest stages around the world. And you don't have to be in every clique to do that. Nope. Sometimes it requires seeing things from a fresh perspective and wanting to dare to go against the grain. I mean, who says a 327-pound woman that she could ever be on national television? Years before Lizzo, years before Ashley Graham was a cover of Sports Illustrated, there's a Black woman who did it and dated a very famous Hollywood actor at the same time. So my story don't make no sense on paper, probably like most of our stories. But I pray that that hits you all in a certain way. And again, this is the Safe Space Holiday Edition, when things are up and down. If you all have any final comments, if this did anything for you, please let me know. And if there's someone else that you think should be looking at this particular episode, please put their names in the chat and tell them why they should be watching. And if there's something that you want to launch, something that people you need to call and reach out to, go ahead and do it. I think you'll be surprised at what may happen. And if there are any attorneys at particular law firms in the Northeast, if you all didn't know, I'm a former attorney in the great state of New York. I have created a unique program for attorneys of color so they can become rainmakers. You heard what I said. I want you to do rainmaking from day one. I don't want you to be just the worker bee. You need to be the queen bee. If you can bring that money in, you are the only choice that matters in a recession, inflation, and all of that. So if you're interested, please reach out to me on LinkedIn, and you can send me a message if that's something that you're interested in, or if you know of any attorney organizations that I should speak to. Yeah, I'm going big tonight. I'm going to ask. I'm going to dream big and ask bigger. So y'all should be doing the same thing in the comments. So again, if you're an attorney or a legal professional in the Northeast, and you know that your attorneys of color don't really understand rainmaking or need to know how to rainmake from day one, please reach out to me. Please connect with me on LinkedIn and send me a message. Maybe you have a referral or a connection. Please reach out to me. I am asking, because that's what I did in my book, Picture for Profit, the Bad Bitches Playbook to Convert Conversations into Currency. I want you to dream big and ask bigger. So that is my ask for today. Second ask, for those who are interested in our new Pitch Academy, which debuts next year, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. Connect with me. Don't follow. Connect with me and send me a message expressing your interest. You can just send me your name. Be like, I'm interested in the Pitch Academy, Precious. Drop that hot fire on me, and I will. And I hope this teaches you all a lesson. I didn't ask y'all to buy nothing. I don't think that's what's necessary tonight. But I do want to put that out there, and I want to challenge myself to get past every fear and break all chains. That God is just, don't break all chains and don't allow fear to dictate how I move. So I'm going to look in the comments one last time. I want to thank y'all for showing me nothing but love. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comments. Ariana, wishing you a healthy, happy, and prosperous new year. Please keep up the sharing and inspiration coming. Thank you, Ariana. Ariana, let's share this message with eSchool for Girls Inc. for sure. And yes, please get in touch with me. I have 2 women lawyer organizations for me. Ask and you shall receive. Y'all, come on, dream big and ask bigger. It does not mean it happens immediately, but what it does is you've started momentum. Thank you, Ariana. I will be in touch with you, and I thank you so very much. To everyone watching right now, this is the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show. Today's episode was on Safe Space Holiday Edition, when things are up and down at the same time. Today, we confronted fears and worries and doubts. Today, we took the mask off. Today, we realized that just because things are good in one area doesn't mean they're good in all. Sometimes you need support. Sometimes you need therapy. Sometimes you just need to call and ask for help and reach out to others. And today, instead of being just being the messenger, I took my own medicine and put out what I am doing. And look at what happened. I pray that you all listen today and do something to right now that scares you. I want to give a shout out to my queen Lori, who was one of the co-authors of Heels to Deals. And she wrote something about how December, we think people are all out of the office. They don't care and they won't respond. You just saw something that happened tonight. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Lori. And I think it's women. Is it women in sales? Lori, I'm going to shout you out. I'm going to get it right because I probably have it wrong. But thank you for posting about that. And I just did it. Is there any other comments, Tashima? Happy New Year. Be well. No, you be well too. For everyone that has been here today, I am honored that you showed up. Thank you for coming back to another exciting edition of the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show. Ariana, I will be in touch with you. For any other kings and queens, please be in touch with me. If there's something that you need, put it in the comments. You don't know who comes back and watches this episode. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. It's on LinkedIn. And people, go back. I do not have 115,000 subscribers for no reason on LinkedIn. So think about that. Make your voice heard, reach out, and don't be alone. Don't, as the great Pat Miller from the Idea Collective out of Wisconsin says, don't grow it alone. Also, don't go alone. I love you all. Mwah. Take care. Bye.